Neama Rahmani is president, co-founder of West Coast Trial Lawyers, with us live on 680 CJOB. How good of a case is this against Combs?
Richard, is a very strong case against Combs for a couple of reasons. There are a lot of victims who have come forward, at least 8 or 9 who have filed lawsuits. And jurors may have a tough time believing one victim, especially a victim who's filed a civil lawsuit. They may think that this is about money. But when multiple victims are willing to come forward and testify and tell the same story, and it's a consistent pattern of physical and sexual abuse, that's too much for jurors to disbelieve. And on top of that, even though people can lie, video doesn't lie. And we've all seen the 2016 video of Diddy beating Cassie Ventura in the hotel. And according to U.S. Attorney Damian Williams during his press conference, there's actually more video evidence. And that would be consistent with Cassie's lawsuit, because she said that Diddy regularly recorded these sex acts.
So what would be the point in pleading not guilty and taking this to trial when it seems where there's smoke, there's fire, and if that's not good enough for you, as you say, there's video?
Well, Julie, sometimes guilty people, they plead not guilty and they're forced their cases to trial, especially when there's no real deal to be had. Some of these charges carry 10-year mandatory minimum sentences in federal prison, so the judge can't deviate lower than that amount. Diddy's not someone that's going to accept 10, 20 years in prison. He essentially has unlimited means. He's worth $1 billion. He can hire and has hired the best legal team there is. And he's also beaten criminal charges before in New York. It was a long time ago. It was a J-Lo nightclub shooting case, but he pinned it on his bodyguard and he was found not guilty. So because there's no middle ground to be found here, Diddy's going to dig in his heels because he doesn't want to spend the rest of his life in prison.
That was then, this is now. This is a different environment now when it comes to people with wealth, people that a lot of us perceive that you can buy your way out of a conviction. Those days, I say, are over.
I agree, Richard, but that doesn't prevent people from trying. And if you read the indictment, even recently, Diddy has tried to pay the victims off, at least according to the allegations, to have them not cooperate with law enforcement. And some of these phone calls were actually recorded. Obviously, we don't have them yet. They're going to come out at trial. But I don't think these charges are going to stop Diddy from either trying to buy folks' silence or to intimidate them and scare them to dissuade them from testifying.
So the money will either pay for NDAs or if it will pay for a lengthy defense. How long could it be before we're talking about either a vindication or a conviction?
Probably going to be at least a year or two. Now, obviously, it's Diddy's right to a speedy trial. If he asserts that right, the feds have to bring this case to trial within 70 days, 70 of his initial appearance, which is today. Now, obviously, that never happens. The defense is going to need time to prepare. It's going to be an aggressive cross-examination of these witnesses. So I don't think we're going to go to trial in 2025, maybe not even until 2026.
We'll continue to follow this. Always appreciate it when you can spend some time with us. Thanks for joining.
Of course. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Julie.
Neama Rahmani, president and co-founder, West Coast Trial Lawyers from California.
Throughout the day here on 6